Hey guys, today I have a very special guest with us. We have Aleena Joshi. She is one of my closest friends, but apart from that, she has a background of yoga. She has a background of surfing, and I see you as a lovely human being as well.
Thank
So
you.
there's so much that I think you can contribute to the world. The kind of person you are, I think people need to know that this is my initiative, that I have such a beautiful human and I want to share it with people. So thank you so much for doing this for us. And I know a lot about you because we are really good friends. But
Right.
can you share your part or your life with the world? How do you want to present yourself?
Sure. I think my life, that's a very big question, but I would like to give a gist of who I am, how I reached here where I am right now. So, as a young kid, I don't think so. I would have ever chosen the life that I'm living right now. I had strong mindsets, I would say, that the life that you see as a young kid, you see a lot of older people following the straight line. But I think as I kept aging and as I met a lot of people in my life, a lot of lessons learned with the people that I met, I've learned my lessons that you don't have to follow that in the same way that others tell you to maybe follow. You start making your own path, make a lot of mistakes, then learn from it. I started with my CA, but right now I'm not doing anything which is close to CA, though I am partly managing my finance in my business.
Right.
But I'm also a yoga teacher, which I never thought I would. But
Right.
I always wanted to become a doctor, so I feel like yoga gave me that opportunity to make me feel the way I would have maybe felt when I was a doctor, which is healing people. So I'm glad with what the universe could give me with yoga. That's the feeling that I probably looked for when I thought that I want to become a doctor when I was young. And I surf. I like teaching, I feel. That's something that I've known as a young kid as well. I used to help my friends while teaching, make them study with me. So I think that has been there with me forever. And I'm grateful to have found the opportunity in a way which I've never thought. A yoga teacher or a surf teacher, never thought this would ever come to my life. But yeah, I mean, there's no end to possibilities, I feel.
Lovely, lovely. You mentioned about your business and how you're managing your
Right,
finances.
right.
So, can you share with us how it is like being a business owner at 28 or at
Oh, oh, it's hard. Puneet knows that how hard that is for me. Uh, but yeah, as a young person, I would say it is way more hard because most of the people that are working for me are almost have the experience of my age, like 30 years into the business that we are in.
right?
And I got passed on this business from my father, me and my brother. So it's also a very big responsibility to maintain it the way that he had. So there are these, standards set already by him. So it is hard to even get closer to those standards, but we are trying. And there have been a lot of failures throughout. It's a cycle when it comes to business. It's never always like going in a plateau ki sab acha chal raha hai. It's never that way. I've learned that as a big lesson. There will be ups and downs, and you have to keep fighting it.
Right, right. Alina, I keep observing you because I see you as a role model as well in many areas. So when I observe, I see you that your communication part, your people handling part, your management part is really, really strong. And that is something that I have learned the hard way. I have made a lot of mistakes.
Right.
So I think people need to learn this skill, that the
Right.
people management and
Right.
leading people or
Right.
giving them a direction.
Right. Right.
And I think you have it very naturally with you. So can you tell me if it's naturally or you've worked on it, or the life has, the people around you have given it to you? How is it?
I I won't lie, but I don't think I've worked for it intentionally. But maybe life circumstances taught me to be the person that I am. I haven't like intentionally ever worked to become the way that I am. In terms of the question that you asked, there are
Okay.
other fields that I might have worked on,
Right.
but not when it comes to interpersonal or managing or all of that.
Right. How about your standards as well? Because me knowing you as a friend, I always see that there's a benchmark that you keep for yourself. Your
Right.
self care is top
Right.
top priority. The food that you eat is always
Right.
you look at it, and you're always
Right.
making sure you eat the best.
Right.
Your people, I see on network, they're one of the best humans.
Right.
So the kind of standard. So is that again something that you try to do it consciously, or it just?
When it comes to people around me, I don't think I've told this to you before as well. I've never intentionally tried to make someone my friend. I think in the life that I'm living, it's just good people have come by in my life, and I think that's a very good blessing. I'm grateful for that. And also I believe this, that when you have a good energy, you will only attract good. So
You definitely have good energy.
So I think that's how I have good people around me. But yeah, there's never that intention ki, okay, I see this person and I want to become friends, and I'll give it some sort of hard work put behind to make a friend. No. That probably in business, when there's something that I have to gain from, or it's transactional, but not when it comes to friends or family around me.
Lovely. I want to know your perspective of confidence. What do you think confidence is, and where does it come from? Because for me, Alina is really, really confident. So how do you
why
see?
You think about that? Why you think that way about me? But thank you. I think confidence for me, when you asked me that before as well, I think confidence comes from just not being scared of anything. So, you're just up there.
You as a human are always scared about things.
That's true. I am scared about a lot of things. We talk, that there are a lot of things. But it's just I'm not scared about people, I would say, what people would think. So I'm just me. I can just be myself. So that gives me a lot of confidence.
But then, can you guide us through how does one become that? Not thinking about what people are thinking about me.
Ooh, that's the biggest lesson. I think that's the biggest takeaway this video should have. That if you really want to have a content life, the key is not caring about what people think.
But how? Do you have a way, or you just you just figured out?
So I figured it out because of life circumstances that the journey of life that we are living, there are very few people in your circle who would really care about what's happening with you. Either be it good or bad, both the ways. Bad के time में तो वैसे भी कोई नहीं रहेगा. So good के time में फिर भी you might find a few people around you to celebrate.
Right.
But there will be very few people. So I understood that very young, that why do I have to think about the other circle in general, the society, extended family, I would say, even that. Why do I have to think about that? And then came in a point where I was thinking ki every decision that I used to take, I was like, how does it matter to them anyway? If I do this or that, how does it matter to them anyway? And slowly, once you start doing those smaller things, I think after a point इतना मजा आने लग जाता है ना, because of that, it's freedom.
Yeah, correct.
It's freedom.
Correct.
You have achieved a level of freedom when you stop caring about what people are thinking. So I think with smaller, the best way to go about it would be to start doing small. छोटे चीजें ऐसे करो जो हमेशा से हम डरते हैं कि नहीं करना है, because what would people say. Start doing that, and I think after a point you'll do big things which you would have otherwise you wouldn't have done it, because you would have thought what will other people think about me.
But then again, ये जो चीज है, what if you're in the state, okay, where you don't think about people caring about you, you do your stuff.
Right.
Because of that, someone observes and comes to you, and then they're like, Alina, what are you doing? What is happening? And they just give their comments which are not very aligning with your views. Now, how do you handle it? Because someone might take it very personally, right? Oh, it is affecting them. Should I do this or not? Or maybe.
But as a person, if you have achieved to not care about others, अगर कोई आके बोलेगा तो I don't think it will bother you that much. I mean, in my case, I don't think it would bother me.
Okay. So do you think it
only is... if it only comes from a smaller circle of people, I would care and give it consideration to think about it, and probably change myself as well if it's hurting someone who's in that small circle.
Correct.
But otherwise, I don't think I would take it personally and pull myself down because of that. No.
So do you think having clarity about oneself कि मैं ऐसा हूँ, these are the things that I am, and then having clarity and working on that, accepting and just building onto that, that might help, right?
Gives you a lot of confidence, right?
That might help.
Acceptance of yourself gives you makes you the most strongest because you know yourself more than anyone. So कोई आके बोला तो भी it wouldn't matter to you because you know yourself.
Right.
You know, you're not looking for validation or वो question नहीं आएगा खुद के अंदर कि okay, you know, this person told me this. Am I that? If you know yourself, that won't be a question. You'll just listen and just, you know, forget about it.
Right. Going around the conversation, how has yoga helped you in your own personal growth, if you want to share?
I would say the biggest change that yoga has gotten into my life is I was a very short-tempered person and people, exactly.
I cannot imagine you being short.
Exactly. So everyone who's met me after yoga would never believe that because अभी मेरे को गुस्सा आता ही नहीं.
Yeah.
It's very rare. It's very rare. I think the only person right now on this earth that I get mad with is my mom. Other than that, no one. वो उधर अभी भी वो issue है and I'm still working on it like very consciously. उधर मेरे को गुस्सा निकल जाता है. But other than that, I've stopped being mad. And yoga has definitely changed that path for me because philosophy in yoga. So when I got into yoga, it was just asana practice initially. This is before COVID. And it was also a time where I was struggling a little mentally because my father was sick. वो वाला era था. So I found myself at peace with a form of fitness. I looked at it from a fitness angle. You know, सही है, अच्छा है, I can do this. Because उससे पहले also all my life I've been doing some sort of activity. कुछ भी ऐसे पकड़ लेती थी और फिर थोड़ा time करती थी. I used to keep switching. I never found कि okay, I want to keep practicing this forever. You know, it could be like a life thing that I could do. Cut to I take up a yoga class with my friend. She pushes me to do that. And तभी मेरा भी mindset यही था about yoga. क्या यार ये बुड्ढे लोग करते हैं ऐसे सब कुछ. This was the mindset I took to the class.
Yeah.
And I was so impressed with everyone. Like it was a all girls class. I think ऐसा कुछ तो था.
Okay.
And I was very inspired with what they are able to do and what I can't do.
It was a physical class.
It was a physical class, asana practice.
Okay.
So I joined and I start practicing. फिर COVID happens. The place that we used to go for yoga only shuts because 2 साल फिर सब अंदर ही. So that's when I started practicing yoga by myself. Now that was the only practice you could do घर पे without anyone's help. Thanks to YouTube. I found these really good YouTube pages. And I started practicing by myself. मजा आ रहा था with the asana practice. It's a good motivation to get into yoga. Anyone who asks me ki how do I start about with yoga, I would always recommend start with your asana practice. Okay. It kind of mentally prepares you also for what yoga can offer in terms of philosophy.
Okay.
So cut to like 1 or 2 years I'm practicing the asana practice and some point I feel like everyone who practices yoga वो अंदर से calling आता है कि you know you want to get deeper.
Okay.
And that's how someone told me कि Yoga Institute in Santa Cruz has a course. Like a teacher training course. So teacher training course, जब भी मैं वो course join भी किया, there were like 30-40 people. There were only 2 people who wanted to become teachers, like actually start teaching. बाकी सब लोग खुद के लिए ही आए थे, मतलब to learn the philosophy part of it. Because that's the only way you would get introduced to philosophy. It's too hard to get into philosophy without मतलब YouTube पे देखे वो I don't think वो interest मेरे को idea ही नहीं था where to start, to be very honest. So when there were teachers to guide, it was a good way to get an idea, path of where this can
system
take
मिल गया वो.
System.
Correct.
Correct. Proper system.
Approach.
You know, ऐसा ऐसा रहता है. These are the ways to go about it.
Correct.
So that's where the whole philosophy part started. Philosophy is where a lot of mind techniques and breathing and all these exercises help me probably control my anger. I never worked for it, to be very honest. With my asana practice and with the knowledge that I gained from philosophy, वो अपने आप हुआ. These things happened automatically. It's not like, again, like you asked before as well. I think with practice, अपने आप हो जाते हैं. You don't have to keep forcing yourself. When you're doing certain things every day, there will come a day when you won't force yourself to do. मतलब वो करने के लिए इतना effort नहीं लगेगा जितना पहले 10 दिन पहले लग रहा था. तो धीरे धीरे वो effort कम हो जाता है. तो it just, I think it just starts becoming normal for you. That sort of behavior becomes normal for you. Yeah, anger has been a very, that's what my mom will tell you. You know, one thing that has changed for her is her anger, and she is very happy. Right. Even though I still get mad at her, but that's very less. I had, and with the philosophy, I also realized there's no point to anger. You know,
Mm. It's a tool, I think. Anger is something that we use to just express what we are feeling.
A healthy anger
and
is
they
good. I think इतना ये हो गया कि probably healthy anger भी अभी नहीं निकलता, ऐसा भी हो सकता है.
So good place to be in, right?
Yeah.
Alina, when you talk about yoga philosophy, apart from just the practice of yoga, what they want to share, what areas of life do you think the philosophy itself, the knowledge have impacted you? Apart from just the...
It's like
do
any...
you think yoga helps in business, yoga helps in daily life?
It's like any life path book. You can take it the way you want. Like the principles, any religious book as well, right? The principles that are written in these religious books or all these yoga books, it's the way you take it. You can perceive it the way you want.
Right.
So if there could be a lot of things that you can perceive and be a good businessman also, right?
Correct.
It's not like एक line लिखा है उसका सिर्फ एक ही interpretation.
Correct.
It's about how you want to use it in your life.
Correct.
So there's no end to that. The
See, I like you for this reason. तेरा base इतना strong हो जाता है ना. The way you mentioned that it's based on the perception of people, right? So whatever people want to take from and whatever situation you are having in your life,
exactly.
you might
just
heal.
Use it.
Yeah, great, lovely. One last thing, when people want to start with yoga, there are so many types of yoga. There's someone is giving power yoga. There's
Ashtanga. There's
Ashtanga.
Vinyasa.
So can you please share a few things that
all these types of yoga are just different schools of yoga, different ways of achieving the same thing. The end goal is enlightenment. Okay. So it's just अगर तुम्हारा भी कैसे एक system है, but not every calisthenics gym works the same way, right? They have different systems, so it's the same. End goal remains to be just a good person and all these qualities, right? It's just different approaches. सबका methods अलग है, but content almost same ही है. सिर्फ methods और वो ऊपर तक पहुंचने का रास्ता अलग है. That's it. Correct. Every path will lead you to the same place.
Correct.
It's about what is more comfortable to you. Right. And ऐसा नहीं है if you start with Ashtanga, you have to stick to Ashtanga. If you start with Vinyasa, you have to stick.
What did you practice?
I started with Ashtanga, but now I like Vinyasa more. As a physical asana practice. दोनों का flow type अलग रहता है.
अच्छा, okay.
बाकी philosophy is it's just different methods to the same goal. That's it.
Right. So in your whole life journey, how does surfing come in and the kind of passion you have? First, I think it's like mother caring for a child. That's how I see you and surfing. It's like you just go crazy when we talk about surfing. You have so many stories, you have so many good memories that you share. Yeah. So what is that part of your life?
Surfing came to me very randomly 3 years before. I didn't know surfing का SB. मतलब मैंने कभी वीडियो भी नहीं देखा Instagram में. No, I didn't know that sport existed because India में बहुत कम ही है.
Yeah, exactly.
But two of my friends actually surfed in Pondicherry, and thanks to Instagram algorithm, Mumbai Surf Club, the surf club that I now teach as well, and that's where I surf. It's my home ground. That page popped up on their feed, and that's how we ended up. These guys just asked me, "आना है क्या?" तो मैं बोला चलो देखते हैं क्या है. And I love being in the water, so it was a very easy yes that way. And we ended up being there. Just the first wave that you ride is just, it gives you that kick for rest all the waves. I mean, it just pushes you, and I felt like I want to keep feeling this. ये जो feeling है ना, every wave ride करने का, that feeling is very addictive. So I ended up going there every weekend after that.
Yeah, I know.
3 years.
Friday I'm calling Alina. Friday go not available. Saturday not available. Sunday not available. Then I know that she does surf club, enjoying her time. So
and it's just also cut off from this work life. So it's also a good place where you meet a lot of people. Surfing has a very good community. It's a very small knit community. Like I think calisthenics also has a very small community. People know each other. I think it's still bigger, I would say. But surfing is way smaller. Everyone who surfs in India and are a little regular will know each other. Because if you surf here and then you go to another spot in India, and then वो connections निकल जाते हैं. Everyone knows each other.
And you are a person of connections, I feel. You have है ना? No?
I don't know. There's two parts in me, I feel. There are times when I would like to make a conversation and be friends and create that connection. But there's some moments that I don't want to do it. So it's very. I also don't know what I am. And am I an introvert or an extrovert? I don't know.
Right.
I am somewhere in between.
Right. Now, if I can just understand your calisthenics part, because you've also associated with the gym now.
Right.
So yoga mein you were already, I've seen you being flexible, right? You
Right.
can do splits
Right.
here, splits
Right.
there, everywhere. So the body is opened up. So then why do you feel the need for calisthenics or maybe some strengthening work? Doesn't yoga fulfill that, or how is it like?
So I started Cali because of surfing.
Okay.
I don't know if
Yeah.
you remember that.
Yeah. तेरा हाथ मेरे से पैडल नहीं हो रहा है.
Exactly. So because I started surfing and there was a point where my upper body strength wasn't enough and my coaches who teach me there kept telling me that you need to do some sort of strength training and even though yoga se of course strength काफी बढ़ता है, it's not like it doesn't give you the strength, but I needed it probably a little faster and the right sort of muscle development for surfing.
Correct.
So that I don't injure myself in the long run. जो अभी है फिर भी. I mean it's a part and parcel
you mentioned your trap, no? Right,
yeah,
no?
yeah.
Correct.
So it's a part and parcel of these sort of sports कि कुछ ना कुछ हमेशा चालू रहेगा, some sort of injury, which I'm okay with.
Right.
I've made my peace with that.
Right.
But yeah, because of that pushed me to get into Cali and then I started enjoying Cali. Again, like yoga, then surfing, then Cali is like these three things have somehow found me rather than me finding them, and I've made these are things that make me feel at peace, when I come to the gym also मुझे बहुत मजा आता है, इन लोग के साथ मैं बातें करती हूँ, मजा आता है. It's a good energy here in the gym which I, now that I'm not coming in the evening, I feel like मैं करूँ क्या, like I'm missing coming to the gym. It's that sort of feeling. So again, I think the small community part also plays. It makes you feel good. Like the big massive gyms which are very commercial, I feel like there's no sense of belonging there. You don't come, you come, doesn't matter.
Right.
So यहाँ पे with the coaches also, I feel like everyone's there. They are accountable, responsible for you in a lot of ways, which is good.
Right.
That feeling is good.
Right. There's one thing that I understand is there are two types of people. Just if we want to generally categorize, one are aware people who are wanting to become something,
Right.
wanting to do, wanting to grow,
Right.
and there are people who are happy. They are doing their stuff,
Right.
but they are not that aware, so they are going with the flow, right?
Right.
I think you and me, we are in the second part where we are always trying to evolve, trying to grow.
Right.
Now, while you and me grow, how do you see the youth of India? How do you want to?
I think one thing that I love about the youth of India right now is they are very open about their ideas. We, in the generation that I belong to, we had very standard things to do, and neither were we vocal about what we want to do, or else I'm sure a lot of people amongst us would have chosen something else to do rather than what they're doing. But I'm very happy कि अभी के Gen Z, sorry to use that word, I think I would offend a lot of people, but they're very vocal, man. They're doing a lot of things. They don't think much about the society, I feel. I don't know about everyone though, but it's good to see new sorts of career options that kids are taking. So it's a good thing. पहले अपने time में it was set. It was engineer, doctor, CA, ये सारे 4-5 अपन सब वही चीज से फिर उसके बाद we have decided to do something else, right? Like you've done your engineering and then you later chose, right?
Correct.
What if you would have chosen this way earlier?
Yeah,
You
so
would
I
have been
progressed.
exactly.
Correct.
So at least I think with good parts of social media, I feel they are more open. There are more resources now for them to look forward to other courses other than these mainstream courses.
Lovely. This we've covered the career part of the youth, right? Which is we both see it in a very positive way. But one thing that really concerns me is how they are valuing relationships, because in general, not a couple relationship, but in general, any kind of interpersonal relationship. Because I feel that there is so much availability and that there are so many resources now that ठीक है, the value of that one human gets a little diminished, I feel.
It's on a click. That's the
So
value
now
that they
we also
associate.
see dating culture, maybe the apps that normally people use, Bumble, Tinder, Hinge.
Right,
There's a connection and it just vanishes.
right,
There's the terms like ghosting or what.
right.
क्या बोलते हैं?
I don't know. I'm glad I don't belong to this generation.
कोई breadcrumbing and
Yeah,
something like that.
yeah.
So all of these things, the value of humans are कम होता है ऐसा लगता है.
But so here you can't blame the kids for this because now they are given these things. अब उनके हाथ में these apps are there in your phone and everyone's using it. It's a herd mentality sort of a thing. Everyone's into this fast life. Things are available very fast. खाना पीना सब कुछ is available. Everything's fast now. So this is the life that they are exposed to. इसमें से अगर किसी को change करना है तो there has to be, I mean, some sort of mentor that kid finds and finds a purpose to, finds a path to change. But other than that, when everyone's doing this, it will be very hard for a kid to just walk out of that and,
आपने किया, मैंने भी किया, तो कोई और करना है तो कर ही सकते हैं.
Of course, that's what I'm saying. There has to be some awareness. कोई ऐसे एक path मिल जाता है, कोई opportunity मिल जाती है, but वो सबके साथ नहीं होता है फिर. And if you want to do it at a higher level, then these sort of podcasts would help. Where
you're just exploring yourself to new ideas, new
things. But वो curiosity से वो तो अंदर से आने के
drive, the drive to
become better, the drive to be a better person, to know more. What can I do more than this? How can I be a better person? I don't think that can be forced upon. That has to come from within. That curiosity to become a better person has to come from within.
Lovely. Alina, I think I have covered a lot of things and you've shared a lot of time very openly. Thank you with that. But now imagine that 800 crore people on the earth.
Right.
Everyone is listening to you.
Right.
You have one message to share to the world.
Right.
What will that message be?
Okay. I think that we shared in the start of the video is care very less about other people and just put yourself always in the front. Love yourself the most so that you can have a content life, and that's the whole point of it. Everything else keeps coming and going. That's about money. That's about people also in your life. Everything else will just come by, go by. But you will be there with you. So you have to love yourself the most, I feel.
Do you think that this also means to do thinking or doing what you think is right for you? Is this on the same page?
For sure.
Right.
You have to do the things that are right for you. Can't be doing things that other people think are right for you. You know your moral grounds, right? So that also comes with you being a morally good person. And if you feel that this is the right thing to do for myself, I am sure you should be doing that.
Lovely.
Not to please others, in any way.
Great. Is there anything else that you want to share, or we can close this part and move to the second part?
On you.
No, I think
I'm good.
we've taken a lot of good wisdom from you.
Perfect.
And I'm really happy with the flow that we could generate. And I think many young minds can watch this and maybe एक लाइफ भी अगर कोई इम्पैक्ट आया तो बढ़िया ही है. Yeah, बढ़िया ही. Lovely. So I think we can go to the second part, and for that I just want to give you a short brief. So you've given your time, your wisdom today to us, because we've started a Fit India contributor campaign.
Right.
Now this campaign is all about understanding a Fit India model that we've generated. So I've worked into the calisthenics field or the fitness world for like 7 years now. I've done some observations, and based on that observations I've been able to create a whole curriculum or a whole model.
Right.
And you've given your time today to understand that model.
Right.
It takes around 15-20 minutes to just get the gist of it. So now I can explain you that model, and then you can share what you think and how this model can help people and what are your views on it. Cool?
Perfect.
Cool.
Sounds good.
Okay, so Alina, you've listened to the Fit India model we've shared with you. Thank you so much for listening. You were with the flow. I could see you were very attentive. You were trying to understand what is happening. And after this, what do you think now? ये Fit India model क्या लगता है कि मतलब लोगों तक पहुंचना चाहिए, कैसा है?
Of course. I feel like this is a good way to introduce like you said, fitness at a young age, which is very important.
Mm.
When you said all of this, I was just thinking to myself, you're right. मतलब बचपन में when we were young, fitness was never introduced to us. Taking care of our body, the food we eat, these habits, these things were never even talked about. So this would be a great initiative to start talking about that at a young age. Create that awareness in parents so that they can guide their kids well.
Right. Lovely. So one word for Fit India model if you want to share. Just one word.
I think it would be a revolution.
Ui.
Yeah.
Kya?
I hope it is. So that way we change a lot of people's kids' life, future generation.
सही है. And what do you think all of this now? So अब तक ना आप जिम में आ रहे थे, आप अपने हिसाब से वर्कआउट कर रहे थे, आपको पीछे का सीन पता नहीं था, बैकग्राउंड क्या है. Now do you think the gym and this model, is it aligning या काम हो रहा है?
I'm sure I've seen you guys, you Swapnil, take initiative in shaping young kids, and that's very inspiring. I get inspired with that part of the gym, that you guys are putting in, and it's hard. I've seen Swapnil work over that as well. It's hard to train kids. You need a different sort of mindset only to do that, So it is very inspiring. I've seen that align in the gym.
सही, शुक्रिया. So thank you. We can conclude the Fit India Contributor campaign, and you've been such a wonderful guest with us.
Thank you.
And you've given your time, you shared your life, you shared all the learnings and wisdom. You've listened to us, you've given your feedback on that, and because of all of this effort that you've taken, we want people to recognize you as a Fit India contributor. So for that, we want to give you a certificate which you will write by yourself.
10 on 10, sir.
And how much do you recommend calisthenics to people?
Can I put more than 100? If that's
सब लोग वही पूछते थे.
We can, right?
It's up to you.